Hello, everyone. I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you about a new system that we're going to have this year for report cards. We're going to be sending them out electronically to parent emails instead of printing them. And this is going to start on Monday, October 23rd with a grade 6 progress report. So grade 6 is going to send home official progress reports for the first time this year. And we are going to use the electronic document delivery system. So what will happen is I'll set all that up and send them out electronically, and parents will receive a progress report link. They'll receive a link in their email, and the link will then open up something like this. This is a sample progress report. It will show the subject, the teacher for each subject, the grade, and any comments that the teacher has entered. So that's pretty simple. We've been using this document delivery system with the middle school and the high school. We started using it last year, and it runs pretty smoothly. We haven't had too many questions or problems with that. The thing that I want to talk to you a little bit more about is actually the PowerSchool login that parents are going to be receiving. So a second email will also be sent out to grade 6 parents with a sheet that looks like this. This is the parent PowerSchool portal login instruction. And again, this is only for grade 6 this year. This piece will not be going out to the lower grade levels. The grades K through 5 will receive electronic report cards in their email, but not this PowerSchool login. This is only for grade 6. So you'll see on these instructions that each student, this is a test student, but each individual student will have their own access ID and access password that the parent will need in order to create their account and add a student to an existing account. So you'll see the steps here for creating a new account. If this is a brand new parent who's never used PowerSchool before, maybe they don't have an older student at the middle school or the high school, they'll start by creating a new account, and this is all that they'll need to do, all of these steps. I'll show you this in a minute, what this looks like for the parent. If they do have an existing account for an older student, they'll log into that account and just follow the steps in this lower section to add the student to the 6th grade student to their existing account. They will need this access ID and password in order to do that. One important thing to keep in mind is that the PowerSchool parent portal will only remain open for 1 week after we issue the progress reports or report cards. Also, the link that's sent to the parents expires after 1 week. So it's important that they open their email and do anything that they need to do, download the report card, download this instruction sheet within a week of receiving it. So when a parent clicks on the parent portal link for the first time, they'll see this screen. This link is on the letter that's going out. It's also available on the district website. So the first time, if they're logging in for the first time, they need to create an account. What they'll have to do is click this Create Account tab. So this is for parents who don't have any older students and who don't have an existing account. So they click the tab and then they click Create Account. They'll need to enter their own first name, last name, their email, re-enter their email, enter their own desired username. So they're creating their username as well as their password. They're going to have to re-enter that password as well. So the only requirement is that the password has to be at least 8 characters long. It also cannot be a well-known password. So PowerSchool is now checking passwords against a list of like 10,000 passwords so that nobody can set it to be password, right? Or something that's well-known, welcome is not accepted, things like that. And if they enter that, and then at the end, they'll receive a notification that says they can't use that password. Then down here is where they're going to use the access ID and access password that they receive on their letter. They enter the student's first name and last name, enter the access ID, enter the access password. And when they're done putting all of that in, they scroll to the bottom and hit enter. Now, it's possible that they may receive a few notifications that, perhaps they can't use a password. They would show up as a yellow notification at the top if they've done something that they need to correct. And they just need to keep making those corrections until they hit submit at the bottom, if they hit enter at the bottom, and then it will log them right in. Once they've logged in successfully, they'll see their child's grades and attendance screen. So they will see the course name, the subject over here, and the grade. So this is a test account. So they won't see any grades for T2 and T3 yet, but they will see your current T1 grade for sure. And then they will also see, once we've stored the P1 grades, it will be called. So progress report for term 1 will be called P1. So that will appear on this list for them. And they can click on the letter grade to get the details, so they can see there are no assignments here, but any assignments that you have entered for this term will show here for the parents, so they can see how this final grade was achieved. They will also have access to this attendance history tab, where they can see any days that their child was absent. And then the other thing, they won't see anything really under the rest of these screens, but they will see the account preferences screen. This is important because this is where they can add a new child. So if they're logging into an account that they have for an older student and they now need to add their 6th grader, this is where they'll do that. They click account preferences, click the student tab, and the blue add button. And this is where they can add the 6th grader's name, the access ID, and access password from the letter. If you are a secretary or an administrator and you get a phone call from a parent who's having trouble logging in or who can't find their access ID or access password, you can help them by looking that up in PowerSchool for them. You would just call up the student and then click Student Profile and then Guardian and Student Account Access. And then you'll see this screen. So here, this section is where we enable the parent access and give them their ID and password. It could be that this checkbox is unchecked, so if you check that for them, they should be able to log in. Just be careful if you do need to give out the access ID and access password, be sure that you're actually talking to the parent. You could ask them some private questions, like some phone numbers or date of birth or something like that, or just check the caller ID and make sure it matches a phone number that we have on file for them. And then go ahead and give them the access ID and password so that they can create their account. Once parents have an account, you'll be able to click right here. You'll see it will be blank if they don't have an account. Once they do, you can click here and get some more information about that account, like what username they set up. That will show up here. You would also be able to reset a password if you needed to by clicking Edit and reset the password. And that's pretty much it. If you run into anything then you can't help a parent or you have other questions, please send them to me. The easiest thing would be to have them email me at erin.tinker@pembrokek12.org, and I will help them out. Thank you.